Hello. Wow. But okay. Hello. Hi. Another word. Habari, I guess. Um, yeah, so this is my very impromptu. My heart said, ah, do it, do it. But it's, or this is going to be about, um, having OCD and being Kenyan as well at the same time. Wow, those two things. Ah. But it's quite challenging because growing up, I thought that my repetitive behaviors would just vanish. I was just like, I do this because I am a child. And when I become an adult, I will no longer do it. However, that's not how it works. When these things are happening in your brain, it's not how it works. So I want to talk about it, kind of, maybe, just my experience and how it feels like disclosing it, speaking about it, because right now I'm so nervous. Why am I so nervous? I could literally always talk about anything ever in the world. And this thing, it feels so big because it connects with so much of how I think, so much of how I navigate the world, so much of how I like move around, and so much of what I am able to do in life because I have an issue or I have a challenge when it comes to the order things happen. In order to, not in order to, that's gonna make it hard to understand. But I have to do things like step, step, step. I can't do things like, that freaks me out. That freaks me out. And so making plans, doing things with people without like knowing how it's going to go, which is everything in life. You never know how it's going to go, and so um it's really hectic in my brain like after interactions with people because I'm like, did I say the right thing? And I spend time like analyzing, rewording, and the situation has already passed. I can't do anything about it. And so that makes social interactions difficult. Like, I appear as a social butterfly in many senses, but it's hard because I overprocess after, and um, it makes it hard to go to another thing socially. And so that's one of the things. And I have very repetitive behaviors that make it hard for me to do my day to day. Like, it's very difficult because everything has to happen in a specific order. If it doesn't happen in the order, I freak out. I freak out internally though. So a lot of people don't see it, but like, this is how my brain is going the whole time. Like, I'm just like internally always sort of screaming, always thinking about something, always thinking about how I'm going to do something and the order that I'm going to do it in. And it's felt so like isolating, I guess, with all these things. Like, it's literally painful because it feels like my brain is constantly on overdrive, constantly running on empty, and it's been hard to like not this one braid, okay. It's been hard to admit it. It's been hard to like fully admit it, fully sit down with the ways my brain does repetitive things to calm down, and how it's like difficult to get out of the patterns after they began, even if they're things I do not want to do. And it's hard. And I've always sort of felt alone in it because no one really talks about it. And so I just began to put it inside and thought there was an issue with me, and it was just like about getting me right, when it's more than that. It's like my brain and these patterns that are constantly happening and are difficult. And I want to talk about this because I've hidden all my life, and I'm sure many people have hidden as well. And living in hiding, you begin to not connect with yourself, and you have difficulty connecting with others because there's this like huge secret you're keeping, this like huge thing that you're trying to put together and make sure that things don't fall apart or other people don't see as things fall apart. But it's exhausting, it's tiring, and I don't want to hide. And I don't want others to hide as well, because it doesn't make any sense, all of us in the world hiding when we could be connecting and like finding solutions, finding solace. I don't know, like growing to change. I don't know. But this feels scary because it's the first time I'm talking about it without like feeling shame. I feel intensely anxious, but that comes with the territory. I don't feel ashamed though. I just feel okay, I guess, about it, or as okay as I can be. But yeah, that's really it.